Good morning class, I am your history teacher. Today is 25th of June and we are dealing with the chapter the Indus Valley Civilization. Today we shall end the chapter. Before ending, last few points that we need to focus on. So the topic of the day is trade, dress and ornaments, religious worships and decline of the Indus civilization. These are points we need to cover on. So I'll just put a small emphasis on these points and we'll see one by one what were the trade practices during the Indus Valley civilization. See, there are some elements of trade was found. Means it is seen that it is believed that during that time even the trade practices were at high were highly practiced. So the point is trading thrived and was conducted according to a set of rules. The merchant used uniform weights and measures. Now there were some uniform weights and measures were used. Like we have today something to weigh, something to measure. Same way of the system during the Indus civilization time even. They even had some sort of measurement instruments or weighing instruments through which they used to practice the trade. There are many reasons to believe that overseas trade existed. Now, it is not only limited to domestic trade, but international trades were even practiced. That is a big thing to note on. Means, in spite of having several difficulties, no communication channels were discovered. In spite of that, overseas trade existed. The remains of which are found. The remains of a dockyard have been found at Lothal in Gujarat. I told you Lothal is a place in Gujarat which actually where the Indus Valley civilizations, some of the remains of the Indus civilizations are found. So the Lothal in Gujarat proved that the dockyards were used for transporting or for exporting of goods and services. A seal depicting a sea-going ship has also been found. Now there was seal, which quality in Hindi as mohar. Seal was depicted which actually reflected that whenever a ship was ready to be cargoed or whenever a ship was ready to be transported, then a seal was leveled which showed that there was movement of ships in the Indus Valley civilization time. So this all shows that there were trade practices, not only the domestic trade but the international trades were even existed during those times. The next topic is dress and ornaments. What were the basic dress and ornaments that the people, that the men and the women wore? Basically, women wore a shawl around the shoulders and a short skirt held at the waist by a girdle. Shawl and a skirt was basically used to wear, and some garments were there even. Which used to have. Men wore a long, loose, unstitched garment. Unstitched means there was no as such instrument to stitch something, so it was unstitched one. Both men and women wore ornaments. Ornaments were common that both women, be it men or the women, both of them wore, and they actually they were fascinated by the different types of ornaments. The next is religious worships. What were the religious practices or how did they practice the religious worships? The Indus people worshipped nature in the form of animals, birds and trees. Okay, since there were no renowned gods or no renowned temples or mosques were discovered, so they actually worshipped the nature. They actually worshipped the trees. They actually worshipped the different birds. For example, the humped bull, the dove and the peepal tree were held sacred. A mother goddess was also worshipped. Mother goddess was also worshipped. I mean, different elements of worshipping can be found. We even worship the nature today. We even worship the animals today. This system or these traditions have come up from the ancestors' time only or from the Indus civilization only. We are studying about the civilization which actually flourished 4500 years back. So the same system or the same sort of traditions are being followed even today. That means that tradition had some sort of truth or some sort of originality in the element. That is why it has been copied till date. Seals bearing the three-headed figure of a male god have been found. Some of them depict the god in the yogic posture and surrounded by animals. Now, there is a seal which shows that the men are sitting in a yogic posture. Yogic posture means the way you sit for yoga. You have different asanas for yoga. The way you sit, those postures have been developed or those postures have been discovered from the seal. Means people used to have a meditation. People used to worship the religious values. Then only those seals have been marked or those seals have been discovered. Shiva or Pashupati worship today is probably later structures among the remains. Some scholars believe that great bath at Mohenjo-daro was during the religious ceremonies. We have seen that Mohenjo-daro had a great bath. Great bath was basically used for all the religious ceremonies purpose, all the spiritual ceremonies purpose. This shows that the people somewhere down the line had faith in God, had faith in the religious value. That is why those buildings or those structures were built, and people worshipped nature or different sort of faith in a very different form. The Indus people believed in the life after death. This we have been covering in different civilizations, even the Egyptian, Mesopotamian, and the Chinese civilization. We saw that the people believed life after death. That is why during the last stage of life, when people used to die, they used to give some sort of needed things, believing that there is a life after death. People had a belief that there is a life after death. This philosophy, even today, we believe that there is a life after death. That is why when we come to our rituals, when we proceed with our end rituals, we believe and we even donate those things, those needed things to the local Brahmins or the local sects who are actually believe that they are the renounder of God, and we are actually conveying those goods to the past person, so that he or she, wherever they pass on or wherever they go on, they can be a user of they can use the product. The Indus people believed in the life after death. They buried their dead often in used burial urns along with food, ornaments and articles used by them in their daily life. Means the people believe that there is a life after death even. So they all supplied basic raw materials, basic materials which is used by an individual, believing that wherever he or she goes, he or she will be using the same sort of material, same sort of goods to fulfill his or her own need. And this policy, this philosophy, this tradition even is followed by us today. Even we follow it today. So this was about their religious values. The last point is decline of Indus Valley civilization. How did the civilization decline, or what were the major causes of decline of this civilization? See, the basic reasons are not discovered. As far as the history is concerned, the history does not know the exact reason why the Indus civilization actually declined. But there are certain assumptions which actually give the idea that there may be natural disasters like earthquake, floods, or change in the course of the Indus. There may be many reasons for it, but we believe that nature did not support the civilization, or there were some burial problems or some big problems were there which did not link up, which did not match up with the Indus Valley civilization. That is why this civilization did not flourish or did not live up. The Indus Valley civilization lasted from 2500 BC to 1500 BC approximately. This is the approximate time frame that the Indus Valley civilization existed. The Mohenjo-daro excavation reveals that the city was destroyed over and over again and was rebuilt at the same site 9 times. One conclusion that here the historians derive is that Mohenjo-daro was destroyed many times. Approximately 9 times it was rebuilt. When you rebuild something after destroying every time, it is very difficult that it will sustain for a longer period of time. So this could be one reason. Another was the exact cause of the decline of this great civilization are not known. It is unknown to us, but the historians have come to certain conclusions. Those are, it is suggested that the cities might have been destroyed by natural disasters like earthquake, floods, or change in the course of Indus. There may be some other regions which actually led to the decline of the civilization. The decline of the civilization may be because of the certain basic elements which did not support the survival of the civilization. Basically, we come across the natural disaster. The nature did not support. That is why this civilization led to or declined, and it does not exist for the coming generation or for the new generations to see on. So, dear children, with this we come to the end of the chapter, and we believe that I have been able to convey the basic idea of the chapter. And but from tomorrow onwards, I will be providing you the question answers of the same chapter, Indus Valley Civilization, and then on. Now, once we complete the chapter, we'll have a class test of the same. In between, if you have any sort of doubt, if you have any query, you can post your comment, you can post your messages even on WhatsApp, and you can ask from me. Thank you, class.